And a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live in Americus, Georgia. Lady Canes Field, the site of today's Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. The visiting Pacers from the University of South Carolina, Aiken, taking on the Georgia Southwestern State University Lady Hurricanes. First pitch has been delivered and we're underway. Offering at that one is Bogosian, the leadoff hitter for the Pacers today. She'll fall behind in the count, 0-2. Leah Bogosian, the left fielder for USC Aiken, he is leading things off this afternoon. USC Aiken comes into today's doubleheader with an overall record of 8-20, 1-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. Georgia Southwestern 1-2 pitch fouled in the dirt. Count remains 1-2. The Lady Hurricanes 11-18 overall and 0-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. I guess they called her out for being outside of the box. It was an bunt attempt. Yep. So one away, one out for Madison Messer, the starting pitcher for Georgia Southwestern this afternoon. Does not offer. Thought about bunting, pulls it back for a ball to open things up. Batting second for USC Aiken, third baseman number 2, Jessica Stanley. Jessica Stanley. A couple left-handed batters to face Messer. This one lined into right field, but right to Elizabeth Wills. So 2 quick outs to open the game for Messer. We'll give you a little bit of information on her. The starting pitcher in game 1 for Georgia Southwestern, getting the call for head coach Nikki Levering. Batting third, first baseman number 33, Hannah Price. First pitch to Price, called for a strike. That one misses a little bit outside to even the count up at 1-1. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. It'll be Gibson on to first. Waiting for it is Kersey to make the final out. Well, that was a quick inning. We'll have to come back and tell you about Madison Messer when we return, because the Lady Hurricanes head to the dugout. A 1-2-3 inning to open up the first. They'll grab the sticks and get ready to step in the box, face the starting pitcher for USC Aiken today, who's going to be Janny McCarthy. And we'll be back in a moment to tell you more about her. Thanks for watching GSW Softball Peach Belt Conference style here on the Surge Sports Network. So those that have been following USC Aiken all season long knew this was coming, I'm sure. The starting pitcher is actually Caroline Cockrell, a substitution right before they take the field. She, on the original roster, was McCarthy as the pitcher, but when the game actually begins, it'll be Cockrell who is the starting pitcher, and that would make more sense because we've got some stats on her. Cockrell is making her 14th appearance of the spring. She has six starts this season, 4 complete games. She's pitched 49 in a third innings pitched, 69 hits, 26 earned runs. She's walked 22, struck out 34. Opponents are batting .317 against Cockrell. She has a 2-6 record and a 3.69 ERA, which is tops on the USC Aiken pitching staff. First batter she'll face is Ansley Dean. Last time we were here at home, Dean kind of had a coming out party as a freshman offensively. A couple of home runs, first of her collegiate career. And she's got a 3-1 pitch back up the middle. That one's going to bounce through the hole off the glove of the shortstop and into center field, a base hit. 3-1 pitch back up the middle. Ansley Dean gets herself a base hit to open up the ball game. Batting second, left fielder number 4, Michaela Barlow. Barlow squares the bunt, pulls back as that one sails outside away from the left-handed batter. Barlow's batting .289 this spring. .289, got a couple of home runs, 13 RBIs. Just misses outside, ball 2. 7 doubles, 2 home runs, so 9 of her 24 hits have gone for extra bases. She's been walked a team high 23 times. This one's going to get through, squirt through for Barlow. The Lady Hurricanes open up with runners on first and second. So that'll be an error charged to Lindy Dorgan, the second baseman for USC Aiken. First 2 runners are on board. Third baseman number 22, Haley Tierce. That one catches the black on the outside in there for a strike. Tierce has been warming up the last week or so. Had a great series at Georgia College. He's upped her batting average to .362. That one lined foul, out of play. 11 home runs this season, 35 RBIs. She's been walked 19 times. That number continues to grow. Has struck out 10 times. And, of course, has started all 29 games, the Lady Canes, and now 30 games the Lady Canes have played this season. 1-2 pitch, nibbling outside. That one just sails a little bit far out of the zone, and Tierce able to hold off. 2-2 the count. Should be a good weekend and a good day at the ballpark here as the Lady Canes welcome back their alumni. Off the end of the bat, still working the outside edge of the plate. Count's going to remain 2-2. The USC Aiken dugout, visitors dugout on the first base side here at Lady Canes Field. Peach Belt Conference portion of the schedule really just getting started. 2-2 offering inside. This time, I'm pulled foul, and Tierce will fight off another one. Get another look. Lady Hurricanes going with their all-white uniforms today. 2-2 pitch, end of the bat, line drive. Will it drop? Just foul, about a foot or two to the right of the line, and Tierce will have to come back and fight Fight another pitch off here as the count remains 2-2. But GSW Softball Alumni Day, the Coach Levering inviting all the former Lady Canes to come back into town. Should be a great afternoon for softball. This one, fly ball to right field. Back goes USC Aiken and right. They will not tag, and they're going to get Dean doubled off at second base. Well, that's kind of a momentum killer quickly as USC Aiken makes the heads-up play to throw it into second and get Dean off, who was almost at third when the ball was caught. In the cleanup spot, first baseman, number 20, Lauren Kersey. The right fielder, Courtney Strauss, making the grab out there for USC Aiken. Well, there's two away now. Runners only at first base for the Lady Hurricanes. And Kersey, the freshman, has been having a great year. Looks to roll that into spring Peach Belt play. Kersey this season overall, .330 batting average. She has 4 home runs, 24 RBIs. 9 walks, 6 strikeouts. That one just a little bit outside. So 9 of her 24 hits have gone for extra bases. She also has, looking at Barlow, 11 of the 29. There you go. 11 of the 29 hits for Kersey. Extra bases, 7 doubles, 4 home runs, as I mentioned. First 3 pitches to Kersey just miss. 3-0 offering. Coming up, the rock back, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike, 3-1. Pretty fair cloud cover at the ballpark. A little bit of a breeze. Moving from right to left on your screen. This a high fly ball to right field. Having time to camp under it and make the grab, though, will be Strauss in right field, so she had a busy inning defensively. Lady Hurricanes get the first 2 runners out of the ball game, but come up empty. No score yet in this one from Lady Canes Field. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University softball on the Surge Sports Network. So leading off the second inning be the cleanup hitter. First pitch swinging right back up the middle. Line drive single. That's Courtney Strauss. So a couple of grabs in right field. And now a leadoff single in the second. Batting second in the second inning for USC Aiken will be the catcher, number 4, Sydney Murphy. So both teams now with 1 hit in the ball game. Bunt up. Barlow has it in front of the plate. She'll make the grab. Runner back safely at first, 1 away. Batting second, shortstop, number 9, Sarah Sams. This one right back towards the window. Almost right through our, we've got 2 windows to the right in our press box of the camera angle that you're looking at. And that one, well, the window was closed at the time, but almost went through the window. Good bunt out in front. It's going to be the third baseman, Tears, the throw in time. Moves the runner over, though, but there's 2 outs now in the inning. Center fielder, Brielle Jungblut. So Jungblut steps in. She's batting .250 overall this season. 16 hits, 3 for extra bases, a trio of doubles this season. She's got 3 RBIs, a couple of walks, and 7 strikeouts so far, making her 25th start of the season. In there for a strike, 0-2. Messer's out in front. Starting pitcher Madison Messer making her 14th appearance, but only her 5th start. This one outside. 5th start of the spring. She has pitched 2 complete games, 48 1/3 innings pitched, 80 hits, 36 earned runs, 15 walks, 21 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .398. This one tapped back to the in front of the circle, and Messer will get the final out. To wrap it up on Messer, she's got a 4-1 record and a 5.21 ERA, but off to a good start inside the circle this ball game. Aiken comes up empty in the second. Bottom half of the inning coming up from Lady Canes Field here on Alumni Day. Welcome back to our Georgia Southwestern State University softball alumni. We'll be back in a moment.
One of my good friends and teammates, well, we actually didn't play on the exact same team, but we played under the same organization, and everybody knew everybody. You know, she was one of those people that she walked in and everybody immediately wanted to be her friend. She was one of the sweetest, always had a big smile on her face. You know, she could make anybody's day better. I think that, you know, this game means a lot to me because, you know, I wear a bracelet every game, every day that reminds me of her, and I think that, you know, playing for her is, I've played for her since she died. I think that this game is very important to play for people and for this video, so that everybody knows that we know that this is real, that this is around us, that this isn't just a joke, that, you know, this is.
So USC Aiken shifts things around and mixes and mashes all up the lineup one more time. We've got another change here. The new pitcher is number 6, Lindy Dorgan. Dorgan was at second base, and now she'll move over, and she is inside the circle. The moving over to play second base is Jenny McCarthy, who was in the flex position after the game started. So 1-1 the count. So Dorgan is making her 15th appearance. Foul, first base side out of play. Dorgan is making her 15th appearance. She has 11 starts heading into action today. 64 innings pitched for Dorgan, which leads USC Aiken. 89 hits, 43 earned runs, 19 walks, 39 strikeouts, ground ball from her knees. She'll make the play, and that's McCarthy over at second base now for USC Aiken. Opponents are batting .322 against Dorgan this spring. She has a 3-7 record and a 4.7 ERA. She gets the first out of the inning, first batter she faces, and now she'll take a look at the Lady Hurricanes shortstop. In there for a strike. Now batting is the shortstop, number 14, Shannon Gibson. So you heard between the breaks Michaela Barlow kind of opening up for the camera a little bit and talking about some personal experiences and why she's supportive of this play for prevention cause, part of another thing that the initiative that the Hurricanes athletic department taking part in. This one will be off the glove for a base hit, a diving effort by McCarthy, but she can't come up with it. And Gibson will get the Lady Hurricanes' second hit of the ball game. We're to the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Now up the catcher, number 1, Cassidy Burton. So Burton, another freshman that's getting plenty of playing time. She's appearing in her 25th game. Burton is batting a .197. 2 of her 13 hits this season have gone for extra bases, both doubles. She's got 8 RBIs, 8 walks, 12 strikeouts. So Cassidy's been almost an everyday player, as you can tell. Some of the playing numbers I put in. This one will bloop over the second baseman's outstretched glove. McCarthy can't come up with it, and it's back-to-back singles for the Lady Hurricanes. Third hit of the ball game. Still no score with 1 away. We get to the one of the Lady Hurricanes seniors on the roster. 4-year member of the program. Second baseman number 12, Grayson Sanders. Sanders is hitting 149 overall this season. 2 of her 7 hits have been for extra bases, doubles both times. She's got 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts for Sanders. First pitch is a ball. This one rolls past the catcher. So a wild pitch from Dorgan. That one hitting one of the divots in front of home plate on the clay and kind of bounces to Dorgan's right, or excuse me, the catcher's right, Murphy. Oof, almost made up for with an impressive diving effort, but just a foul ball, 2-1. So Lady Hurricanes with a couple of runners in scoring position here. Two balls, 1 strike the count when play resumes. Play for prevention. Bring awareness to what unfortunately is a growing problem and concern for us. And our country. Teen suicide. So we're honored to be able to spread the word of the cause by the Play for Prevention organization. You can check them out if you Google them, or even do a quick search on Twitter. You can find Play for Prevention. And obviously that had a heartfelt impact on Barlow as she talked about it between the break. But the bases are loaded. Center fielder, number 7, Chloe Zeller. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. Zeller. They're going to call on the freshman with 1 out, Chloe Zeller. 179 batting average. She has 14 hits. She likes to kind of come up in the box and slap at it. All of her hits, all 14 have been singles this year. She does have 7 RBIs, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. 1-1 the count to Zeller with the bases juiced here for the Lady Canes in the second. This one will be slapped to the shortstop. She's going to try to go to first. She will get Zeller for the out, but the Lady Canes break through with the first run in the ball game. Back to the top of the order. Designated player number 16, Ansley Dean. 1-0 Georgia Southwestern. Good pitch, inner half of the plate. Temperatures will continue to rise. Ooh. Pulled the string on that one, but it dipped in front of the catcher who caught it just perhaps before she had to short hop it. 1 ball, 1 strike. This time with the heaters low and inside. 2-1. Temperature's going to keep on the rise here this afternoon. Should get up to around 75 degrees when it's all said and done. We're at mostly cloudy skies and 68 right now. That pitch is high. 3-1. The breeze is moving, picking up at times. South-southwest winds, 12 miles an hour. Inside. In on the hands, popped up in the infield, and Dean pops out to the second baseman to end the inning. But the Lady Hurricanes draw first blood in this one. Game 1 of our afternoon Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. Thanks for tuning in on the Surge Sports Network. GSW leads 1-0. We'll be back for the third in just a moment. Top of the third inning, Janny McCarthy. The second baseman for USC Aiken, number 3, McCarthy. First pitch, a ball from Messer, pulled foul, evens the count up at 1-1. Junior from right there in Aiken, South Carolina, hometown Product McCarthy, a junior. You saw the ad for the Roman Oven Pizzeria last half inning. Anthony and his crew, only in Americus can you find the cuisine of the Roman Oven Pizzeria. Foul ball off of McCarthy. Well known for their pizza buffet, which you saw there. But they've got a extensive menu, sandwiches, wraps, burgers, you name it, they've got it. Big salad buffet as well, all there. Anthony and his crew swing and a miss. Strikeout for Messer. And with our, well, I think the family might be coming home today, but our athletic director, Mike Leader, may be calling on Anthony for a big chicken Philly cheesesteak sub to cure the blues of an empty house here this afternoon. So, Anthony, if you're listening, go ahead and just fire it up. Coach will be there shortly to pick it up. Line drive single. One hops to Zeller in center field. And that hit number 3, or excuse me, number 2 of the ball game, rather, for the Pacers. Back to the top of the order for USC Aiken. Half swing, pulled foul. At the plate is the left fielder, Leah Bogosian. Bogosian batting .273 coming into play today. Making her 15th start. She's got 9 hits, 1 for extra bases, a double, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. And she'll go down on strikes there. So a couple of strikeouts for Madison Messer, and there's 2 away in the inning. Third baseman Jessica Stanley. Also, fans, don't forget it. If you're interested in having that real-time data in front of you, bunt back to, it's going to actually be the first baseman, Kersey, who tries to throw over, and they'll say they got her in time. It's like Stanley was a little surprised by the call, but they'll get the out. Snap throw over there from Kersey just in time to beat the runner. And that'll do it for USC Aiken in the third. So still a 1-0 lead for Georgia Southwestern. Aiken has 2 hits, 1 error. Georgia Southwestern 3 hits. And the Lady Hurricanes yet to commit an error in the ballgame. We'll be back in a moment here from Lady Canes Field. Alumni Day. And our play for prevention programs in full swing here at the ballpark. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a moment. A strike and a ball to Michaela Barlow to open up the third inning. Off-speed pitch rolls over home plate, 2-1. Foul back evens the count up 2-2. So Barlow works her way onto first base with a walk to open up the inning. Now batting the third baseman, Haley Tierce. Tierce 0 for 1. One, two, the count to Tierce. Outside, doesn't bite on it. Ball falls out of the catcher's glove as the runner was breaking for second base, and it'll be a stolen base. Stolen base for Michaela Barlow. Barlow has 9 stolen bases now this season and leads the team. Line drive to center field, but right to a hard hit ball. Hard hit to center, runner will tag. Line drive out to center. Tierce hit it hard, but right at the center fielder, Jungblut, who made the grab. One away. But possible RBI situation here for Lauren Kersey. Multiple options here with only one out. First baseman, Lauren Kersey. A little bit low. Ball 1 to Kersey. Getting the call from Coach Levering over at third base. Now Kersey will step back in and take a look at the 1-1 pitch from Dorgan. Squares the bunt. Backspin will bring it behind home plate and into the batter's box. Foul ball 1-2. Two away. Right fielder Elizabeth Wills. High fly ball to right field, waiting for it to come down and finally making the grab. In right is Strauss. So she's staying busy out there, but Lady Hurricanes leave a runner at third base. Can't get home Barlow there. The score will remain 1-0 in favor of the Lady Hurricanes. But we'll head to the fourth inning here from Lady Canes Field when we return here on the Surge Sports Network. Hannah Price, first baseman for USC Aiken, to lead off the fourth inning. That one just misses for a ball. Pull foul off the netting in front of the GSW, protective netting in front of the GSW dugout. It was just installed this off season. Used to just be kind of the shoulder length or shoulder, the height of the fence, the metal fence, up to the shoulders. Players lean over the padding and watch the action. But this year there was netting put in front of that other fence, so they can still lean over, but they're soft netting there, prevent any line drives in their direction, and that one was in that direction. But ultimately, it's a fly or a line drive out to the right fielder, Wills, for the first out of the inning. Right fielder Courtney Strauss. Strauss is up now. She singled to center field her first time up, so one of the two USC Aiken hits have come off the bat of Courtney Strauss. Strauss is a 5'5" sophomore from North Augusta, South Carolina. It's not a far drive for the Strauss family to watch Courtney play her home games. 1-1 count with one away here. Messer bounces that one past Burton. And the count will go to 2-1. Full count. Ground ball rolls over the chalk and into foul territory. So we'll line it up and do it again. Ground ball to second base, over to Kersey, and Gibson makes the easy play for the second out of the inning. Now batting the catcher, Sidney Murphy. Shortstop, Sarah Sams. So back-to-back singles for USC Aiken as Sams sends that one back up the chute for a base hit. USC Aiken now with 4 hits in the ballgame. They've got runners at first and second, 2 away, and will be at the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Now batting center fielder, Brielle Jungblut. Jungblut grounded out to Messer back inside the circle in the second inning. This one slapped foul. A 2-out rally in the infant stages here. This could be trouble. Ground ball through the middle. Past Gibson. The throw is way off the mark. Runner advances to third anyway. They weren't going to get her. But it perhaps did allow Jungblut to scurry down to second base. But 3 consecutive singles from the Pacers. Gibson drawn in a little bit, dives to her left. Ball goes underneath her outstretched arm, and it's a base hit for Jungblut. She's now 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Now batting is the second baseman, Janie McCarthy. Janie McCarthy struck out swinging her first time up. 1-1 score. USC Aiken with 5 hits. 3 have come right here in a row in the 4th inning. First pitch was a strike. That one also in there. And Messer's out in front, 0-2. So Messer in a little bit of trouble here. Runners at second and third. See if she can work her way out of it. McCarthy thought about it, then watched it, pulled the bat back. There we go, and watched it go by for the first ball. 1-2 count. This one jammed her, soft liner. Gibson will have it, reaching up for the inning to end the top half of the 4th, but not until USC Aiken ties up the ball game. And when we return, it'll be Gibson, Burton, and Sanders, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for GSW, due up in the home half of the 4th inning. So Cockrell is back into pitch for USC Aiken after allowing Dorgan to take an inning. Or it won't give you any final stats on anybody yet. Gibson foul ball. Shannon single to right field back in the 2nd. Her first time up this afternoon. So Dorgan pitched 2 innings. Cockrell now, after pitching the 1st, is coming back in to pitch the 4th for the Pacers. Two balls and 2 strikes to Shannon Gibson. Pulled foul into the warm-up area for pitchers. The bullpen located just beyond the GSW dugout on the other side of the fence here along the 3rd base line at Lady Canes Field. Shannon Gibson, a 5'10 sophomore from Colborne, Ontario, Canada, St. Mary's High School. She's looking at a full count here to open up the 4th inning. Just misses outside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Gibson to open up the 4th inning. We'll get to the number 7 hitter in the lineup today, game 1. Catcher number 1, Cassidy Burton. Burton squares to bunt. Can't get it out of the left batter's box. So it'll be a strike. Burton singled past the 2nd baseman in the 2nd inning. She'll square to bunt. This one caught by the 3rd baseman. Good play. The ball bobbled at first, and then they put the tag on her as she's getting up off the bag for the double play. Wow. That's twice the Lady Hurricanes have made some unfortunate decisions on the bases. So the ball was bobbled. They had her in time to get the double play, but the ball was dropped at first base, and as you probably hopefully saw on your screen, the first baseman picked it up, and getting up to her knees, taking her hands off the bag is Gibson, and they apply the tag to turn the double play. So bases are empty is how it all shakes out. The bunt caught by a good ground covered by the third baseman over there. Stanley to get in on it and ultimately end up getting the double play. So 2 away in the 4th for GSW. At the plate is the second baseman, Grayson Sanders. 3-0 count to Sanders, who actually walked back in the second, so she's looking to draw her second free pass in as many attempts. Nope, that one's a strike. 3-1. Grayson Sanders, a 5'4" senior, Phoenix City, Alabama, is her hometown, Brookstone School. The pitch, outside, ball 4. So 2 walks this inning for Cockrell in the circle for USC Aiken. Zeller grounded out to shorter last time up. Now batting center fielder Chloe Zeller. 2 outs. Sanders at first for the Lady Hurricanes. Cockrell will rock back and now throw first pitch. High for a ball, 1-0. USC Aiken team pitching ERA as head coach Jerry Snyder is going to walk out to the circle and get his defense together and talk things over a little bit. USC Aiken staff ERA is a 4.41. GSW's staff ERA 5.44. On the flip side, offensively at the plate, GSW's batting .272 this season as a team, and USC Aiken .265 team batting average. Georgia Southwestern is again home here today and then home again tomorrow afternoon. Now a noon start time. That start time was bumped up this morning due to the threat of late afternoon rain in the area tomorrow. So our broadcast will go live just a minute or two before high noon tomorrow. Lander University is in town. The Bearcats will take on GSW. And then Wednesday this week, West Georgia returns a home-and-home series favor. Ball 2. GSW's last games actually came in Carrollton against West Georgia. On Wednesday, and the Wolves had to rally. They had a big lead on GSW in Game 1. Lady Hurricanes came storming back. It included a grand slam from Tierce in the mix, and then had to score in the final at bat to actually ultimately win the game 14-13. Well, Zeller watches a bunch go by, and she draws a walk. Third walk of the inning, but the double play is what's killed the Lady Hurricanes earlier. Now it's runners at first and second with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Designated player Ansley Dean. Dean singled to open up the game and popped out to second her last time up. That one will catch the black and be called a strike. So West Georgia comes in on Wednesday. But 14-13, a loss in Game 1 for the Lady Hurricanes in Carrollton against West Georgia this past week. And then 8-0. They lost game number 2. So they'll look to get a little revenge on the Wolves this week for their midweek non-conference matchup. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Young lady startled as that pitch. And she's walking down the sidewalk, and that ball bounced a few feet in front of her off the concrete and into the road that runs parallel to the first base line here at Lady Canes Field. Kind of puts the hands of the chest in a gasp as she was startled with that one, as she's just out for a nice afternoon stroll. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Big pitch here. Going inside. Due up on deck for the Lady Hurricanes, Michaela Barlow. Another payoff pitch. Chop foul and a roll to the third baseman Stanley in foul territory in front of the bag. So Dean will have to dig in, and we'll line it up and try it one more time. Another payoff pitch coming from Cockrell for USC Aiken. Ground ball. Third baseman has it on to first. So Stanley plucks that one out of the air right by her left ear and fires it over to first base and ends the Lady Hurricanes' threat of scoring in the 4th. No runs for Georgia Southwestern. We're all tied up. Good ball game. 1-1 your score. We head to the 5th inning. Thanks for tuning in today to Georgia Southwestern State University softball Peach Belt Conference action here on the Surge Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment. One pitch, 1 out from Messer to open up the 5th inning. That was Cockrell who popped up to the shortstop. Gibson making the play to her right. Back to the top of the order for USC Aiken with 1 away in the 5th. At the plate, left fielder Leah Bogazian. I kind of butchered that one. I'm sorry. I look at it 10 times knowing how to say it, and I say it wrong. Bogazian. There you go. When the mic's not on. The PA mic, anyway. So, Cockrell again popped up to short. P6. Chop. Foul. Slapped into the dirt. 0-2. So for Bogosian, she is 0 for 2 in the game. Came out of the box in the 1st inning, was called out, and then struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. This bunt could be trouble. just on the other side of the line in fair territory, and Tears picks it up. Might have even been some chalk on it when she picked it up. Great bunt. Bunt single for Bogosian to get a little something going offensively. Bunt single. Here in the fifth, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Jessica Stanley, now batting. Stanley is 0 for 2. Lined out to right field in the first and bunted to the first baseman. At the plate, third baseman Jessica Stanley. Another bunt. This one spins foul. North Georgia sits atop the Peach Belt Conference standings going into play today with a 6-0 mark in league play. 34-1 overall. Another bunt foul. Georgia College, a game back, 5-1 for the Bobcats, 20-10. Overall this season, GSW lost in Milledgeville March 16th, 11-10 and 8-7. A couple of close games against the Bobcats on their home field. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 1. Lander, who comes in tomorrow to face GSW, is 3-1 in the Peach Belt, 19-7 overall. Young Harris 4-2, 20-11. Columbus State 3-3, 15-14. Flagler 3-3, 16-15. Augusta 2-2, 10-18. And USC Aiken. Fewest games played in Peach Belt action so far at this point in the season. 1-1, as I mentioned earlier, 8-20 overall. And GSW still looking for their first Peach Belt Conference win. Sanders will flip it over to Kersey for the out. Number 3 hitter in the lineup. First baseman, Hannah Price. Price grounded out to short in the first, lined out to right in the fourth. She's over 2. GSW, UNC Pembroke are the 2 schools still looking for their first Peach Belt Conference wins. Both are 0-4. Fly ball, drifting foul on the run and catching it in fair territory is Barlow to end the inning. So no runs for USC Aiken in the 5th. See if the Lady Hurricanes can help out. Messer and her good pitching effort so far with a little offense. Bottom half of the 5th inning. We're going to throw our hands up and shout. You probably can't hear that, but that's a good time of the game to do it. Things starting to slow down a little bit. The scoring and the action has been pretty good, pretty intense. 1-1 ball game coming up bottom half of the 6th when we return.
I was actually flipping through Facebook, and I came across a video about play for prevention. It was about a kid back at my high school who was a quarterback there, and he decided to start this foundation because he had a girlfriend that took her life, and so the media and
thank you to Danny Molinari for those heartfelt words and thoughts on the Play for Prevention cause. Danny kind of spearheading this thing, getting it, him and Michaela both. You'll get to meet Autumn Tripp a little bit closer to the start of the baseball game that'll be for Play for Prevention. We're going to keep Autumn in the bullpen, but a couple of students that came forward and told us a little bit about what Play for Prevention means to them. And a cause near and dear to Danny, and we thank him for sharing his thoughts on that and kind of how this all came to be. But as we return to the action, again, it's Michaela Barlow that's opening up the 5th inning. And the count 2-2. Another couple defensive switcheroos for USC Aiken. Three and two, so Dorgan is back into pitch. Counts run full to Barlow, who is 0 for 1. She reached on an error in the first, walked in the second. This one will be a base hit. Textbook single to right for Barlow as she turns on it. And the Lady Hurricanes have their leadoff runner aboard again. This time it's coming here in the 5th inning. Now batting, third baseman Haley Tierce. Tierce comes up. She is 0 for 2 in the game. Flew out to right field, line in the first, lined out to center in the third. She's hit the ball hard both times and forced the outfielders to backpedal a little bit. But in the end, 0 for 2 so far in the game. Got a chance to change that here with Barlow on first. Barlow has already stolen 1 base this game. I'm sure Aiken well aware of that. Keeping an eye on her at first base. She has 9 stolen bases this season to lead the Lady Hurricanes. 1-1 pitch coming up to Tierce. Really pulled the string back on that one, and Tierce kind of wobbles and watches it come in and float gently across the plate for a strike. 1-2. Tierce, a 5'10 junior from Warner Robins, Georgia, Houston County. There goes Barlow. Throw is good, but not in time. And it'll be a stolen base for Barlow, second of the game, 10th overall this season. 2-2 count to Tierce. Again, Warner Robins, Georgia native, Houston County High School. And as a junior, she's already the GSW all-time leader for home runs in a career. So dangerous hitter up. And Dorgan's facing here in the 5th, but she's been quiet so far in game 1 of our doubleheader. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tierce. The pitch popped up high, fly ball in the infield. The third baseman waits, and it comes down intermittent. Stanley makes the grab, 2 outs. One out. Now batting first baseman Lauren Kersey. Ooh, good pitch to Kersey, who holds off on it. Kersey is 0 for 2. She flew out to right field in the first and went down on strikes, swinging in the third. USC Aiken has 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error in the game. This up the middle, ground ball, finds its way through. Good speed, Barlow's going to come in to score. Throws cut off, and the Lady Canes regain the lead. Two hits this inning for Georgia Southwestern. They have 5 overall. Now again, 2 runs, 5 hits. Yet to commit an error in the ball game. Now batting right fielder, Elizabeth Wills. Elizabeth Wills grounded out to the second baseman in the second. Flew out to right in the third. High fly ball sailing back. Kind of a jump back effort at the last second is that one. A little bit up on the breeze. The flag's still at the moment, but we're blowing from right to left earlier in the ball game. So the play's made over there in left by Bogosian. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Wills flies out to the left fielder. 2 away. The batter is the shortstop, Shannon Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 1. She singled her first time up, then walked in the 4th. Ooh. That off-speed pitch misses. 1-1. Ball is high. Ball is deep. That ball is gone. Touch 'em all. Shannon Gibson waiting for the greetings, the congratulations from her teammates as she touches home plate. And the Lady Hurricanes have a 4-1 lead here in the 5th. Dead center field. Gibson puts it out of the ballpark. So they get the ball thrown back in for Shannon. For Gibson, that's her first home run of the season. Both teams with 6 hits. Now we finally get back to action, resume play as they throw the ball in. Gibson's souvenir. At the plate is the catcher, Cassidy Burton. So a 2-run shot from Gibson. That's RBIs 7 and 8. 2-0 count to Burton. Burton is 0 for 1. She singled. This a high fly ball to left field. I think it's going to go foul, however, and it does. Stays in the ballpark. Kind of one hops into the corner. It was probably 4 or 5 yards to the left of the foul line. So it did stay in the ballpark, but drops in before the outfielder can get there. It's just a long strike. 2-1. Some folks down there watching that one come right to them as they're at their camping chairs just on the other side of the chain link fence, and that one dropped right in front of them in foul territory. She reaches for this one, pops it up. Second baseman's going to have it. Squeezes it for the out, and a pop out by Burton ends the Lady Hurricanes' 5th inning. But not until GSW pushes across 3 runs, regains the lead. They'll take a 4-1 lead to the 6th. When we return, thanks for tuning in. Georgia Southwestern State University softball on Alumni Day. Welcome back to campus, all our former Lady Hurricanes. And it's also a student-athlete initiative for our Student-Athlete Advisory Committee. Our Play for Prevention ball game as well. Some good stuff happening out here at the ballpark. And a good thing for the Lady Canes on the scoreboard. We're going to enjoy a little Tom Jones and get our best Carlton dance going. We'll be back in a moment. Courtney Strauss, first pitch swinging. Soft pop-up to Gibson at short. And 1 pitch, 1 out to open the 6th inning for USC Aiken. They're at the number 5 hitter in the lineup now. Catcher Sydney Murphy. Murphy is 1 for 2. She singled through the left side her last time up. This one will be a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So last 2 times that Murphy's come up the plate, she has delivered. 1 out single from Murphy. Pacers have a base runner with 1 away. Shortstop, Sarah Sams. Sams, a 5'3" sophomore from Gaston, South Carolina. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner, perhaps.
Number 7.
Your attention, fans, pinch running at first base for USC Aiken is number 7, Caitlin Powell. Caitlin Powell pinch running for the catcher Murphy. So now USC Aiken in the ball game has out-hit GSW 7-6 with that last hit from Murphy. That one pulled foul between the line and head coach Jerry Snyder over at third. Powell, a sophomore from the pinch runner, a sophomore from Charleston, South Carolina. The 5th inning has been a big inning all season long for Georgia Southwestern, and it held true again here in game 1 of our doubleheader. One outside for a ball. 1-2. Georgia Southwestern offensively, their best inning this season, the 5th inning, by a long ways too. They scored coming in 39, so now they've got 42 runs in the 5th inning this season. 42 in the 5th. Next closest is the 4th with 29, so that holding true for the Lady Hurricanes to at least get a lead here and give Messer a little bit of a cushion to work with. Messer's pitched well for the Lady Hurricanes so far in this one. He's kind of allowed base runners here and there, had the Pacers put the ball in play, and here she'll get one on her own. A strikeout, swinging. Jungblut, the batter, she is 1 for 2. This one bounces, spins, foul. Kicks foul on third baseline. Jungblut will have to come back. At the plate is the center fielder, Brielle Jungblut. Jungblut singled up the middle her last time up, which was in the 4th, the inning the Aiken scored their run. One for 2 in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch slapped into left field for a base hit. Barlow playing shallow and left, but that one finds the hole and drops in front of her for a base hit. Opposite field single for Jungblut, her second of the ball game. And it looks like we'll have another runner coming on with 2 away. Or will it be a pinch hitter? The batter is going to be number 11, Chandler Terrapin. So that's where the change will be made. Your attention, fans. Pinch hitting for USC Aiken, number 11, Chandler Terrapin. Terrapin, redshirt senior from West Columbia, South Carolina. We'll get her first look at Messer with 2 away. Out in front of that one, little off-speed pitch. Terrapin's batting .281 this season. She's making her 27th appearance. She has 26 starts. 8 doubles. High for a ball. Her 8 doubles leads the team. So team high 8 doubles. She's got 13 walks, 10 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch. In on the hands. Popped up. And the runner will be out as she collided with Gibson, who was trying to come in and make the grab. So the runner will be called out on the play. And Aiken had a couple runners on, but can't push them across. 4-1, Georgia Southwestern's lead. Lady Hurricanes will look to add to it bottom half of the 6th inning when we return here from Lady Canes Field in Americus, Georgia. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Peach Belt Conference Softball on the Surge Sports Network. Grayson Sanders leads off the Lady Canes 6th inning. Out the end of the bat to the screen for strike number 2. Sanders has walked both of the times she's come up today. So we still got Cockrell inside the circle. There were some more changes, probably some re-entry stuff going on, with all that was changed around and moved around last half inning. Just a little bit outside, 2-2. Inside, 3-2. So a payoff pitch to Sanders to open up the Lady Canes 6th. She'll rock back and fire. High fly ball to center field. Plenty of room, plenty of time. And the out is made by Jungblut. Jungblut in center field. So 1 away, 1 up, 1 down for Georgia Southwestern in the 6th. The number 9 hitter in the lineup is now batting. Center fielder Chloe Zeller. Zeller is 0 for 1. She walked her last time up and grounded out in the 2nd. Zeller moves up, starts her move towards second base and watches it go by. She'll do that again. This one she slaps to the pitcher. Unable to come up with it cleanly, and Zeller will be aboard with 1 out. An error on the first baseman. Price unable to come up with that bouncing ball. Second error of the ball game for USC Aiken. Back to the top of the order for Georgia Southwestern. First pitch is in there. Designated player Ansley Dean. Cockrell brings the 0-1 pitch and misses, evens the count up at 1-1. USC Aiken, 1 run, 8 hits, 2 errors. Georgia Southwestern, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors in the ball game. That one's a strike. Runners going, and Zeller will make it safely. Another stolen base. Lady Hurricanes' 3rd stolen base of the ball game. For Zeller, Zeller will now move into 2nd, all by herself in the team standings in that category for her 3rd stolen base of the spring. Zeller's a perfect 3 for 3. That one pushed into right field for a single. They'll have to hold Zeller up. The throw's off the mark. She thought about it, decides to stay at 3rd, but the throw does allow the runner to move down over to second base and in scoring position. So an errant throw in by the right fielder. Good piece of hitting by Dean just to kind of check swing that one into right field. And it stayed just inside the line. Lady Hurricanes getting to the meat of their order too with 1 away. The batter, left fielder Michaela Barlow. Barlow is 1 for 2. She singled her last time up, and you throw a walk in between her other at-bats. 1 for 2 with a walk. And ahead now in the count, 2-0. Going to get a good pitch to look at. Barlow, senior from Baxley, Georgia, transferred to GSW from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, or ABAC, out of Tifton. The bunt squeeze, the throw, underneath it. No, got her. Man, that toss was high. So they'll let Barlow go over to 2nd because time hadn't been called until just before Coach Levering finally got a word in with the home plate umpire. Boy, The throw was there in time, but the underhand toss to the catcher was actually kind of up by her letters, and she had to come all the way down with it. Thought perhaps Chloe could get under it with her slide. It was close, but the umpire said the tag was there before she got to home plate. And so there's 2 outs. I guess they'll have a word about things, but if the call stands, and I would imagine it will, runners will still be at second and third, but there'll be 2 outs as Barlow made on the heads-up running kind of caught the Pacers at a standstill defensively, happy they got the lead runner and unaware that Barlow was taken off for second base. So runners at second and third. Barlow reaches by way of the fielder's choice. 2 outs now. The squeeze play doesn't quite work for Georgia Southwestern this time. At the plate, third baseman, Haley Tierce. That pitch a little bit low for a ball. Tierce in this ball game is 0 for 3. 0 for 3. Her last time up, she popped up in the infield to the third baseman. Big cut, got a piece of it, but it's a foul tip back to the catcher. And the count's 1-1. Popped up foul, out of play, first base side. And Tierce is behind 1-2 with the 2 away. One-two pitch, high for a ball. I mentioned Tierce was warming up a little bit at the plate here recently. She has six home runs in her last 6 games. Two-two pitch. Outside for a ball. The only one that she doesn't, because she actually had 2 against Albany State in the nightcap of that doubleheader. The second game at West Georgia, she was 1 for 2. But no home runs. So that's kind of snapped a 5 straight game streak she had going. This one's a high fly ball. This ball's high. This ball's deep. That ball's gone. Home run. 2-run shot to center field. Haley Tierce is en fuego. Home run, 2-run shot, 6-1 the score now. Touch 'em all, 22, Haley Tierce. And she'll just start herself another streak. Bottom of the 6th, 7-1. Georgia Southwestern. The hits are now tied and even at 8 apiece. That ball over the bleachers in center field, beyond the center field wall, and into the trees. So we'll, with the bases clear and 2 outs, it'll be up to Laura Kersey to keep the inning going. First baseman Lauren Kersey. Lauren Kersey, the batter in this game, she is 1 for 3. Her last at bat, she singled up the middle. Lady Canes with 3 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th. 1-1 count to Kersey. Inside pitch is a strike, 1-2. 2-2 pitch. Low and inside, ball 3. So we'll see how Tierce can do. She's still got 3 games left in this window of time before the Peach Belt. Fly ball to right field, moving over to her right, and making the grab is Strauss to end the inning. So Kersey flies out to the right fielder. And GSW will try to hang on and hold on for the win in game 1. Messer's back out to see if she can complete this game. Inside the circle for GSW. She's got a 7-1 lead. We'll be back in a moment to start the 7th from Lady Canes Field. First batter out in the 7th, USC Aiken down to their last 2 outs here to try to rally back in. Okay, so there was a pinch hitter at the plate. Left fielder Leah Bogosian. So Aiken is back to the top of the order. Hard hit ball to Gibson, but she's right there waiting for it. A line out. And there's 2 away. Messer's looking to get the win here. 2 outs in the inning. At the plate, third baseman Jessica Stanley. 2 outs for Stanley. Jessica is 0 for 3. And this will end the game. Messer over to first. Seals the win. So a complete game win for Messer. The Lady Hurricanes take the opener. Final score of 7-1. So good start to this afternoon's ball game. A quick wrap up for you as the teams clear the field, and we'll reset for our nightcap. But the Lady Canes win 7-1. GSW scored a run in the 2nd to take the early lead. USC Aiken answered with a run in the 4th to tie it up at 1. And then things started to explode offensively for Georgia Southwestern at the plate in the 5th and the 6th innings. They got 3 runs apiece in each inning and pulled away from the Pacers for a 7-1 victory. USC Aiken 1 run, 8 hits, 2 errors in the ballgame. GSW 7 runs, 8 hits. The Lady Hurricanes did not commit an error in the opener. With the win, Georgia Southwestern improves to 12-18 overall, get their first Peach Belt Conference win for first-year head coach Nikki Levering, and they'll improve to 1-4 in Peach Belt play. USC Aiken falls to 8-21 overall. The Pacers are now 1-2 in conference action. Winning pitcher for Georgia Southwestern, Madison Messer. She pitched great today. She improves her record to 5-1 this season. And I'd have to look at the box score to see who the losing pitcher is on that one, since they kind of bounce back and forth. Yeah. It would be whoever was... I think whoever was pitching in the fifth. I'm gonna, rather than make you guys listen to all of that, I believe it would be Cockrell, but I'm going to go back and double check. Cockrell, her and Dorgan kind of alternated innings, and then Cockrell pinched a couple. And I believe she was on when the runs were scored. Well, we'll have to check. Dorgan pitched 3 innings, had 5 hits, 4 runs. All were earned. She walked 2, struck out 1. Cockrell pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. None of them were earned. She walked 3 and did not strike out a batter. So I'm thinking it would be Dorgan. Well, I'll give you kind of the records of both of them, and then when we come back on the air for Game 2, we'll have everything straightened away for you. But if it was Dorgan, her record would be 3-8 with the loss, and if it was Cockrell, it would be she'd be 2-7. But Dorgan gave up 4 runs, so she most likely actually was in. We'll go back and check the books. Those watching from USC Aiken are probably well aware and correcting me as we go along, but we appreciate you tuning in. So that'll do it for Game 1 of our afternoon Peach Belt Conference doubleheader. The Lady Hurricanes victorious. Good start to the day here on Alumni Day. I can smell the grill from up here. They've got the grill fired up, and I'm sure there'll be some good camaraderie between games as the alumni make their way and interact with each other coming back to campus for this annual event. Alumni Day, our Play for Prevention Day at the ballpark, and a Lady Hurricanes win. That'll do it for Game 1. Thanks for tuning in today. You've been watching Georgia Southwestern softball on the Surge Sports Network. A quick note, if you're on YouTube with us right now, never did finish my thought on that one, but the live stats are there. The link to live stats in the description of today's broadcast. So if you would like to have live stats up for Game 2, you will have to back out and go back into another browser so that you can have that second link, because the links for Game 1 and Game 2 are different for the live stats, but not for the video. So if you do want to tune in for the nightcap, you can leave it right here. I believe when we come back on the air, it'll pop right back up on your screen. But if not, you can subscribe to our channel. Now's a good time on our YouTube station, GSW Athletics, to click the subscribe button, and you can get notifications for when we go live. And you won't miss any of the action of Game 2 between USC Aiken and GSW here today. Thanks for tuning in once again. We'll be back in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes for the first pitch of the nightcap. You've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University and Peach Belt Conference softball on the Surge Sports Network.